It happened. Le Pen banned from elections for 5 years. Marine Le Pen is arguably the most important contemporary political figure in the French far right. And she's just been convicted of embezzlement and banned from politics for the next 5 years, meaning she won't be eligible to run for president in 2027, even though she was the frontrunner according to the latest polls. So what was she accused of? What does this mean for French politics? And what happens now? The charges were embezzlement through fictitious employments at the European Parliament. Marine Le Pen was an MEP, a member of the European Parliament, until 2017. And she and a couple of dozen other MEPs from her party, the National Rally, were accused of paying more than 4 million euros in EU funds to National Rally staffers back home, supposedly for work that they were doing at the European Parliament, except they didn't actually do any work at the European Parliament. A few months ago, at the start of the court case, we spent time on stream looking into the allegations and some of the evidence against them. We'll be posting the segment from that live stream to our second channel, youtube.com/@barelyinfodumps, if you want more information. She's also been sentenced to 4 years in prison, 2 of those years being suspended and the other 2 in house arrest. Of course, she's going to be appealing the verdict, so it's not definitive yet, but the public office ban doesn't get suspended by the appeal. So unless and until an appeals court overturns that verdict, she's out of the next presidential race. My favorite part in all of this court case is one of her co-defendants saying Jesus was also found guilty even though he was innocent. Funnily enough, they're crying foul about the 5-year public office ban, but back in 2013, Marine Le Pen argued that politicians should be banned from politics for life in cases like these.
Quand allons-nous tirer les leçons et effectivement mettre en place l'interdiction de l'inéligibilité à vie pour tous ceux qui ont été condamnés pour des faits commis grâce ou à l'occasion de leur mandat?
Now, of course, far-right figures from all over the world, from the famously corrupt Hungarian dictator Viktor Orban, to My Heart Goes Out to You, Elon Musk, rallied in support of Le Pen, calling this a political witch hunt. And the judges involved in the case have received a wave of threats in response to the verdict. While the current leader of the National Rally, Jordan Bardella, wasn't charged in the case because, unlike other defendants, he was able to provide evidence that he was actually working at the EU Parliament as the party claimed. The evidence he provided, though, were just calendars from the previous years with vague scribbles saying working at the EU Parliament on specific dates. That's kind of like taking a photo of you with an old newspaper to show that you were definitely somewhere on that day. And investigative journalists have alleged that the evidence was fabricated, which of course he denies, but the fact is he wasn't charged or implicated, so he can run in 2027. If you want to know more about the party, back in July, I posted a 30-minute deep dive into all the documented ties, and there's many of them, between the National Rally and neo-Nazi and fascist groups and individuals, dating back to the 1970s that continue to this day. And you can watch that on my main YouTube channel, youtube.com/@barelyinfo.